Hello everyone, welcome to CNA, the daily newspaper analysis. So today we are back with the following list of topics to discuss. So let's start. The first topic saying about the China's Aksai chain railway line. So what is in news today? So the Chinese government is planning to build a new railway line in the Aksai chain region, and the line will run till the Pangsong Lake. So it will run very close to the line of actual control, and the phase 1 of the railway line will be completed by around 2025. Okay. So you can see the line and the respective area through which this line will directly pass through. So you can see this line, okay, which is directly starting from these locations and then ultimately reaching all these areas basically proximally to the regions of LAC. Okay, so during this phase, China will also lay a railway line between Xiatshe and Pakutso, and this plan will be completed till 2035. Okay, so you can see that these regions which are needs to be connected by these respective railway lines. Okay, so you can see that this is the existing railway lines directly to Beijing. Okay, so from here we can see the existing railway line all the way to the far east of China. Okay, but China today is now directly trying to control these regions via the railway capacity. So China recently proposed this medium-term railway plan and a long-term railway plan for the Tibet area, and the Aksai Chin railway line is a part of this plan. So under this plan, China is to increase the railway connections of Tibet to 4,000 kilometers. And currently, we can see that it is around 1,400 kilometers. Okay, so the new railway line is to pass through the Indo-Nepal border also, and will pass through the regions like G219NH, that is the national highway. Okay, so it's a Chinese national highway that connects the entire southern and the western borders of the country, which is around 10,000 kilometers long. Okay, that is the G219NH. Okay, so therefore it is expected to be completed by 2030, which was started back then in the time period of 2013. Okay, so after its completion, it will be the longest NH in the world, and before 2013, the highest connected Xinjiang and the Tibet region was basically one of the prominent national highways of this country. Okay, so therefore today there is a growing concern of India trying to make some of the good facilities as well as infrastructural capabilities in these roads, which were basically connecting the regions of LAC and is all in the regions like Western highways in the Tibetan regions. And therefore China today is much focused towards this region because it has got a crucial player like India countering from the deep south. Okay, so therefore this is the problem that we can see recently. Okay, so it's important news in transition, so we will get it updated if some things associated with this news can come up in the later time period. Okay, chalo next पे आते हैं mystery object shoot down. So just like what we have seen recently in US, okay, where a Chinese spy balloon is being shot down, okay, by the F-22 Raptors. Okay, today we can see that even Canada has directly shot down, and even obviously the US jet has shot down a mystery object near to Canada. Okay, so it has been ratified by the Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. Okay, so in a joint operation by the North American neighbors and the second such takedown in their skies since the dramatic downing of the suspected Chinese spy balloon a week ago has been seen in regions of West USA. Okay, so therefore today we can see that China is directly trying to overcome such number of, you can see of this F-22 Raptors destroying this respective balloon, okay, or some number of object structures. Okay, so यहाँ पे बोला गया the object shot down in Yukon, which is basically in Canada, was small, cylindrical in shape. Okay, and this object was flying at an altitude of around 40,000 feet and had unlawfully entered Canadian airspace and posed a reasonable threat to the safety of the civilian flight. Okay, and therefore it has been told to be shot down by the F-22 Raptor. Okay, so this is not a new thing for China, because China is obviously doing these things all to trespass countries which are basically having some of the enemy to or enemy nations, or some of the nations which China does not like. Basically we can see about the countries of the Europe, countries of the USA. Okay, so therefore this type of harmfulness with respective to the sovereignty, with respective to the international peace, so it is harmful for the international peace if such number of incidents regularly goes on between two giant nations. So therefore we could see that it was recently in news just because after the F-22 Raptors fired off the Chinese balloon in US, now it's the time of Canada, okay, where a mystery object has been shot down. Okay, so this was therefore as news. Next, under trial prisoners unable to furnish bail bonds. Okay, so now when I talk about bail bonds, okay, so what is this bail bonds? So see, bond is an obligatory instrument that is prescribed conditions, okay, that needs to be fulfilled, that is to be compiled with the persons liable. So now when it comes in relation to bail, it infers the meaning that the bond prescribing the conditions to compel the accused to fulfill certain obligations or not to do certain prohibitive acts, so as to secure his appearance by such compulsion before the court in the future and any time when called upon by the court as per sections described under the penalization provisions. So therefore today there has been in news just because we could see that today the Supreme Court has made several directions for poor under trial prisoners that are granted bail but are too poor to furnish surety and bail bonds. So it has made provisions to ensure that they are released within 7 days of the bail after the bond trial has been fulfilled. So this apex court has also suggested temporary bails so that under trials can go out and arrange for bail bonds and sureties. Okay, so therefore today even by the National Legal Service Authority, that is known as NALSA, approximately 5,000 under trial prisoners were lodged in jail despite courts granting them bail, because around 2357 out of 5,000 were provided legal assistance and 1417 were released. So, however, the fundamental violation of the right to personal liberty of prisoners persists even today. So, therefore, today, even the Supreme Court is basically in concern. And on the basis of the NALSA reports, the Supreme Court issued a slew of directions for the poor under trial prisoners who were granted bail, and therefore suggestions were also made for facilitating temporary bail in order to arrange for sureties and even bail bonds. Okay, so therefore we can see this basic news was in today's analysis. Okay, eroding Visakhapatnam beaches. So why this thing of Visakhapatnam beaches came into prominence in news today? So recently what we have seen that it was reported in Rajya Sabha that around 28.81 kilometers of coastline in Visakhapatnam is prone to erosion. So you can see the situation of erosion in this respective shores. So in 1930s, two ships were sunk near Dolphin's Nose in Visakhapatnam to create a breakwater to control sedimentation at the mouth of the harbor. And erosion was further aggravated by the construction of two breakwaters during the construction of the outer harbor. So we know that beaches are dynamic landforms and the sand erosion and deposition of sand are majorly due to the high wave action and high wave energy. So coastal erosion is the process by which local sea level rise, strong wave action, and coastal flooding wear down or carrying away rocks, soils, and or sands along the coast. So today we could see that this coastal erosion is impacting, is directly making some of the recreational activities, okay, and may be affected if existing beaches are reduced in width or disappeared altogether. So it will impact the livelihoods of the coastal communities. So therefore today there are various causes of this coastal erosion. Supposedly if I talk about the natural phenomena, wave energy is considered to be the primary reason for coastal erosion. Also natural hazards like cyclones, thermal expansion of seawater, storm surges. So these are all some number of natural hazards which leads to coastal erosions. Littoral drift, supposedly that results in the sand movement, can be considered as one of the major reasons for coastal erosion. Also, we could see about various anthropogenic activities such as dredging, sand mining, coral mining, which have contributed to coastal erosion, causing sediment deficit, modification of water depths, leading to longshore drift and altered wave or reflections. So therefore, coastal erosion has been sparked by fishing harbors also and dams constructed in the catchment area of rivers and ports, reducing the flow of sediments from river estuaries. So hence, this is a growing concern today in the coastal cities of our country. And even today, we could see that Andhra Pradesh will soon make Visakhapatnam as their own capital. So अगर capital में ये हालत हो गया, तो we could see that the further things may aggravate in some of the other coastal cities of our country, which may affect the whole coastline of our country. And this will directly or indirectly, it will impact every form of life in living in these regions, or basically any type of settlements that is living near to these respective coastal areas. Okay, so there is a growing concern today why these things needs to be tackled soon. Okay, so this was basically news just because of a recent Rajya Sabha report that around 28.81 kilometer of coastline in Visakhapatnam is prone to erosion, and you can see that the erosion has already started. Okay, next पे आते हैं. Not losing steam, Okay, so it's basically saying about the push for infrastructures that will be filling to construction booths. So today, if I see about that, that the index of industrial production, which witnessed growth slowly, okay, as compared to the earlier times. So slowly and slowly, what we can see that the overall production growth slowing to 4.3% year on year from November 7.3% pace. Okay, so in all these respective activities today, what we have seen that though we have got the core industries, the 8 core industries or sectors, basically electricity, steel, refinery products, crude oil, coal, cement, natural gas, and fertilizers. This type of industrial surge is being seen today as one of the major ingredient why today we are focusing much more towards infrastructure. Okay, so if I have to say about the infrastructural development, which has recently seen growth in the coming times. So today there are various indicators that denotes about the output that we are creating through such number of infrastructural relations. So though we are focusing much more towards infrastructures that will also help us in making some of the good construction goods, at some point of time, it will be an essential phenomenon when we have to say about something essential with respective to construction activities. So though we have to make a country which is very much of a rigid in their respective category of development. So today, what we have seen that we will be a developed economy. Okay, so if we need to go with the pace of development today, then obviously we have to focus towards infrastructure. So today, whatever the capabilities of India is having, be it in infrastructures, be it in industry, in every sense, we do not have to lose this team. अगर हम लोग यहाँ पे रुक गए, अगर हम लोग यहाँ पे slow down हो गए, then it will be a great impact in the nearby future. So in this current scenario today, if you have to directly come up with some of the exotic elements of development, so we have to much concentrate on every other activities that are associated with the infrastructural capabilities. Because once you are increasing the capacity of the infrastructures, be it roads, be it highways, be it railways, be it airways, everywhere, if you are directly building infrastructures, then India could soon taste its development phenomenon in the coming times. And really, we could be a developed country in the coming future. Okay, so that was Peter discussed in this respective editorial. Okay, so please do answer these MCQs which are given in your screen and do attempt every type of questions that are given in this respective section. So please do join our WhatsApp and Telegram channel for further updates. So that's all for today. Thank you and Jai Hind.